I don't get me wrong. Now I pout like a big baby too. When me and my wife fight, oh man, don't get me wrong. I pout. I'm a big baby. I'm a spoiled brat and all that. I am. I must admit that. I know my flaws. I'm not dumb to the issues. I know, but it's about dedication. You know, my mouth might be stuck out, or I might say some things that, you know, I'm not happy about, but I'm not going to leave my wife. She might think I will, but I'm not going to leave my wife. Yeah, I may be pissed at her for a couple of days. My mouth might be stuck out, but I'll come around. You know, that's just how it is. You know,
and you know, I'm telling you one thing too. Me and my husband, we are both under the same sign. We are both Cancers.
Emotional creatures.
We are emotional creatures. So, like I told you all on another show, his birthday is on the 24th of June, and mine is on the 26th of June. So I'm gonna tell you where we really think a lot alike, and we bump heads.
Much.
I mean, we be about to finish each other's sentences. I mean,
that's crazy.
It's like he might say something like, I was just thinking that, or I could say something, he's like, I was just thinking the same thing. I mean, that's how in sync that we are. And when we get into it, it's the same thing, because we're both stubborn. We're both emotional. Nobody wants to say they're sorry first, but somebody has got to bite the bullet in this relationship, because that's how we are. And we know that. We know that we're like that. So trust me, when the Carters get into it, oh man, you know, somebody might want to actually pack a bag. I mean, because we really be like, okay, look, I ain't dealing with this, you know, and I mean, and I'm a type of person, I hate confrontation. It's just not my thing. So it's like, when we do get into these arguments, I can't deal. He knows it. I cannot deal. I mean, I just can't. But I'm not going to leave my husband. I'm not. And just like he said, he's not going to leave me. We're going to work it out. I mean, as long as there's no deal breakers, you know, we're not throwing bows. Nobody's hit each other. We don't do that. None of that's going on. Now, we may say some colorful words that we got to apologize for and take back.
That's human.
That's human. And you know, when you get into your emotion, colorful words do fly. But me and my husband, and this may be something that you all may need to do. If y'all one of those couples that like to throw really bad, like I like to say, hitting below the belt type of words at each other, you know.
Oh, I've been there with past relationships.
I mean, if you do that in your relationship, me and my husband, we made a pact just the other day that if we get into an argument, we have agreed that we will not say hurtful things. And I know that's hard. That's hard, because when you are pissed off at somebody, I mean, you pissed off, it's no telling what's going to come out your mouth. But some things you cannot take back. So you got to be mindful. You don't want to hurt them because you love them. If you love them, you don't want to see them hurt. So maybe this might be something that you guys can do in your relationship. Maybe you can all make a pact to say, okay, when we get into an argument, that we're not going to say hurtful things and hit below the belt, the things that we can't take back. We just going to keep it to what's the issue. We're not going to go back in the past and say, well, you said this 2-3 months ago. No, we're not doing that. We're going to stay in the moment, or whatever reason why we are having a disagreement, and that's what we're going to talk about. But we're not going to say mean things to each other that we cannot take back, because if you call somebody out their name and you say something really hurtful, that might be the deal breaker for that person, and that might be the reason why they don't come back. And you know, you never know how somebody is feeling. So we got to be mindful, and we got to take care of our families. Now, you know, this culture that we got now, we've been seeing it all in the news. We're seeing all these celebrities that's coming out talking about their husbands done cheated on them, or their wives done cheated on them, and now they're staying. So we looking at it on the outside, we're like, man, they crazy as hell. I ain't staying with them. They cheated on me.
I'm out of here.
And when you're on the outside looking into a relationship, you can't say what you will do, because you're not in their shoes.
Exactly.
You're not in their shoes. You're not in their house. You don't know why that woman stayed, or you don't know why that man stayed, because it's not just a man culture that cheats nowadays, honey. We cheat too. Women cheat too. We do it. But you know, and they always say that women do it the best because we're sneaky.
Yeah,
we're sneaky
but
by
men,
design.
we put it out there. Our dumb asses, we put it out there.
We post it on Facebook.
Yeah.
We put it everywhere when we cheat. I mean, that's how men do too.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's some women do it, but you know, we're more sneaky in our approach.
Exactly. You won't know if your woman cheated for years on down the road.
Yeah. And that's just because men, I mean, no, I'm not going to even go there. I'm going to leave that alone. But I'm not going to go there. We said this is not a sexist show. We're not going to do that. But so here we go. We're going to move that away. But I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, we have got to protect our relationship. 2018, we need to make this be a pact that we really protect our relationship. Please, we need to protect our relationships because the enemy is always out there trying to destroy everything that you are trying to build. If you're trying to have a successful marriage, if you are trying to have a successful relationship, the enemy is going to try to throw everything at your relationship. It's people out there that are praying you up, and there's people out there that are praying you down. There's people that are rooting for your relationship to win, and there are people out there that are rooting for your relationship to fail.
Amen.
Unfortunately, that's how our society is.
That's how
Everybody's not want you to win, and that's just being real. But we have to make sure that our relationships win. Now, I'm not saying that you gotta lay down and take everything that comes and goes. Trust me, if that was the case, I'd still be married to my first husband, and Mr. Carter wouldn't be sitting beside me. I'm not saying that. No, you don't just sit there and just take all kind of shit. I'm not saying that. I mean, there's a level to that, but you got to know what your level is. What is your deal breaker? But just don't give up so easily, because a lot of times we give up too easily. You got anything else you want to say about that, Mr. Carter?
I agree with that. That's what I said earlier. You got to have loyalty and dedication. I mean, when you say I do, boyfriend and girlfriends, you got to have a sense of loyalty and dedication as well. But even so, more in a marriage. When you say I do, when you come before God and your people, taking this woman and taking this man to be your wife or your husband, you put in action another level of dedication. To death do us part. Do y'all remember that? Death do us part. That's a big dedication. Mm-hmm. That's a big,
for better or for worse.
Do y'all remember that one?
It could be a lot of work.
Exactly. So see, you see, listen to your vows, what you're saying. That's a huge form of dedication. That's a huge form of you staying loyal. Not going out there fornicating with somebody else or doing whatever the case may be.
And the tit for tat.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bigger thing, guys, when you get married. Mm-hmm. You got to take that responsibility for this person being your half, your other half. Mm-hmm. This person being your rib, so to speak. Back in the day, Adam took the rib and made Eve. Mm-hmm. That's your rib. And you can live without a lot of things, but you can't live without your rib. No. That's how
ribs protect everything.
Exactly.
They protect your heart. You
got to have it. And if you taking this woman as your other rib, you got to have that form of dedication, guys. And just try different things, whatever the case may be. Try the different roles, because like I said, to have a successful business, one person can't be the supervisor, can't be the employees, can't be marketing, can't be HR. One person can't do that,
And you don't have to take the traditional roles, because now families are not always traditional. You got stay-at-home dads now.
Exactly.
You got
right.
just as well as stay-at-home moms. So if you, in your relationship, hey, if the man can cook and you can't cook and he don't mind cooking, let the man cook. That might be his thing, and that's what he likes to do.
That's true.
So if that's what he likes to do and that's what makes him happy, don't make him do something that he may not like to do. He may not be the man that can go out there in the garage and tinker on your car.
Oh,
he may not.
Hey, I'm one living proof right here.
So I say he may not can't do that, but he may can burn his ass off in the kitchen, and that might be his thing. So if that's his thing, let him do his thing. You don't get offended by that, and just like men, don't get offended if the woman can go out there and if she can check the oil in the car. Don't get offended if she checks the oil in the car. That just might be her thing. That don't make her less than a woman. That just might be her thing. So like my husband say, it's good with roles, but you ain't got to always get stuck on the gender part of the roles too. Do whatever works for your family. Like I said, if the man like to cook, let him cook, honey. Don't be mad at that. Right? Let him cook. If he wants to wash the clothes, if he wants to clean the bathroom, if he wants to wash the dishes, let him do it, honey. Don't get mad. That's just less work that you got to do, and vice versa. If the woman wants to go out there and change the oil, I know a girl that could change oil. She could take an alternator and put it back on and all, honey. And let her do it. If that's what you want to do,
know, right?
Let her do it.
I can't do it.
Let her do it. Let her do it. If that's her thing, let her do it. But we just got to get this staying power in our relationship again. Like I told you all, me and my husband, we had a disagreement, and I am so happy that we're on the other side of that, because it did look really dark for a day or so, but I love him and he loves me, and that's the thing. But sometimes, like we said earlier, sometimes love is not always enough. So we got to find the other reasons when we're in those dark moments why we want to stay. day. And those where you're going to really see what kind of relationship you have, what kind of foundation you have. Because a lot of times we could say, oh, we got the best relationship, and you posting your pictures on your social medias and you're showing yourself, you know, and you're showing yourself so much in love and everything. But like my husband just said, your house is in turmoil. So who you fooling? You're not fooling anybody. You know, you're not fooling anybody but yourself. You're just trying to trick yourself. But so we got to have these foundations now that can withstand whenever the enemy is trying to attack us. And I'm going to tell you, a really good friend of mine had to point something out to me when me and my husband was going through our little thing a couple of days ago. They told me, they said, Star, you and your husband are doing something great. You are putting yourselves out here on this podcast, telling people and talking about different things in relationships. So the enemy is going to be on y'all. It's like they got a magnifying glass on our relationship now. So we know, and we're going to be prepared for everything, because we know it's going to come, because we're trying to do something. We're taking fear and we shoving fear up our ass. You know what I'm saying? And
we kicking his ass.
And we kicking his ass.
Yeah.
So whenever you're trying to do something great, you can also look forward to the enemy trying to attack a part of your relationship. That's just a given, because if that was not the case, then we would have way more successful relationships than we do now. We don't have a lot of successful relationships because the enemy does not want us to have successful relationships. They don't want us to be together. They don't want that boyfriend and girlfriend to move on to be married. They want all the drama. They want all that. That's what it feeds off of. So we got to stop it. We got to stop it. We got to do our part in keeping the bullshit out of our relationships. Do you got anything else you want to say on this topic, Mr. Carter?
Yeah, I just want to say, guys, dedication, loyalty. What does that mean to you? I mean, ask yourself that question. What does dedication and loyalty mean to you? Because sometimes love is just not enough. You got to have that dedication and that loyalty to that person. You're going to go through bullshit, guys. You're going to go through bullshit. Is the person you with worth the bullshit? Are they worth the bullshit? That's the question you ask yourself. Are they worth that bullshit? Because you're going to go through it, guys. Stay in power. Like my wife was just talking about, like the whole topic of the podcast. Stay in power. Love and war, regardless. Love and war.
Yeah, because it's not always going to be love. It's going to be some war.
Exactly.
It's going to be some war.
Stay in power. What are you obligated to? What are you dedicated to? It's amazing to me because some people are more dedicated to a damn job than they are to their damn
family.
life.
Yeah, and to their
That's
families.
amazing.
Yeah.
You'll do what you got to do to get up and go to work for that job now. I know you get a paycheck, but you loyal to the job. This job might treat you like shit, but you are more dedicated to that job than you are to your family. Mm-hmm. That's amazing to me. Jobs have cost families. You know, it's amazing that people put more emphasis on outside bullshit than they do what's going on in their own home. Mm-hmm. That's amazing to me. I mean, wow, really?
On the end note of this show, I just want to tell you all, you know, just put our families first. You know, I said that in another episode where the social media ruining your relationship. We got to put our families first. You know, in 2018, this is our chance to have a new day, have a new time. We're in a new year. Everything that happened in your past, let it be in the past. Don't just keep on digging up those bones and keep bringing them back to life. Let all this stuff go in 2018 so that we can keep the staying power in our relationships. Okay, y'all? Well, this is going to conclude our show for today, for our Love and War episode. And just wanted to give y'all a quick update on our vegan. We've been doing pretty good, you know.
Yes, we've been doing excellent lately, actually.
Yeah, we've been doing good. I've been trying some different dishes. If you guys want to check out some, I've been trying to post a couple of things. If you want to go on my Instagram page, I'm at Write It Girl. So I just put some of the things on there. And then I got a couple of things on at Lunch Talk Show if you want to see some of the things that I've been trying to cook up for the family here. So just check that out whenever you get a chance. Also, thank you all for liking and subscribing to our iTunes and our Google Play. You can just go to
you guys.
Lunch
Once
Talk
again,
with the Carters, and that's how you can subscribe. And like I said, and we keep telling you this, it's a free subscription. So anytime you hit that subscribe, it's nothing you're paying for. You're just getting notification every time the show airs, and that's on YouTube as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. I hope you all have a great week, and this is just a little bit of motivation to get you all going. So let's keep our families first in 2018.
Families first, people. We love y'all. Thanks again. Peace.